Hey Redeemer, I'm here with Andy Moyle, who I've gotten to know as we've done some church planting stuff with for RM together. Andy planted about 8 years ago a church after being involved in another one before, a plant or before?
That's it, planted.
So I thought, who better than to ask a guy who's further down the road than us. So Andy, who are you, where do you come from, and when did you plant?
Okay, well, I'm Andy. I planted in Kings Lynn about 8 years ago. Before that, we were in St Ives, having planted there. We did Kings Lynn, where we had 8 of us moved to the town. It was 50 miles away from the current church we were at, so it was a bit like you guys in a way, moving a long way. We knew nobody in the town, had no friends in the town, didn't know how to reach people in the town. So we got there, we landed, we prayed a lot. So we prayed a lot. We also leafleted a lot as well. We leafleted the whole area a number of times. That was quite a lot of effort. But I think the biggest thing for us, we realised you've got to make friends and make friends with people that don't know Jesus and be strategic in the way that you do life. So go to the garage the same time every week when you're filling up petrol, get to know the guy behind there, his name's Dave. Just meet the same people lots. And a big thing for us was opening our home. So homes open, lots of people coming in. And what I think with church planting, it's a bit like mining for gold. You know, when you find a little seam of gold, you know, a little bit gold nugget behind it is a whole seam. And so we've just, when we found a gold nugget, we've just plugged it for as long as we can. And so for us, the hospital has been brilliant, where we've had a doctor come in and then we've just mined that. We've seen doctors coming in. And just the whole time, opening up the home, building friendship, lots of laughter, lots of food, lots of fun together, lots of prayer. And it's tough. There's been some battles, there's been some ups and downs, but I think it's a bit like, I mean, we say about planting in Norfolk, it's a bit like World War One. You know, it's a war of attrition. The enemy's coming at you, and you just got to keep going until you push through. And be faithful and keep pressing in.
Very good.
Go for it, guys.
I know you've quite a multicultural church. That's something that's on our heart and what God's already doing with our little fledgling group. So, just some top tips as to how to make people feel welcome, challenges that come with that, or is it all just life and fun as a result? No,
there's lots of challenges. I mean, cross-cultural ministry is interesting. It's tough. I mean, you're always going to be sticking your foot in it. And so just talking about, you know, hey, we're a multicultural church, we're going to get it wrong at times, and just having that lovely, friendly, open atmosphere where you can get it wrong helps. I think different cultures respond differently to leadership. So I get called Pastor Andy quite a lot, which as an Englishman is kind of freaky. I'm not used to that. But that's just the way it is. And just the way you preach the gospel and tell people about the gospel is different for different nations. In our culture, we're very much law guilt. So, you know, you might know the bridge to life. You talk about, you know, have you ever committed adultery in your heart? Have you ever lied? Oh, you're a sinner, you need Jesus. You know, that works in the Western culture. But in kind of hot country cultures, they're more honour shame. And so it'd be more about the shame of what they've done rather than guilt. And so we just coach the gospel in those terms. Prodigal son stories are amazing. But Africans and Asians, you know, if you tell the story of the prodigal son, they will understand the gospel, their need of it, and what Jesus has done. So learning how to cross-culturally chat to people about Jesus is quite important. So
yes, it's incarnational living, getting into their world and understanding them.
Absolutely.
If you ever want to visit Kings Lynn, I believe Friday is a good night to go and see the Moyles, because they've built a pizza oven at the house, and very often on Fridays or Sundays.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have loads of people for pizza.
I hate this time of year because it's too cold to do it, so we love the sun.
So pizza oven, if you know how to build a pizza oven and you want to build me one, get in touch. Thanks, Andy.
Brilliant, thank you.